You're tuned in to Ask the Good Doctor, live each and every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Central, and 10 a.m. Pacific. Dr. DrBrookshire is here to answer your questions live.
Hello, hello. It's Wellness Wednesday. I'm Dr. DrBrookshire, and welcome to Ask the Good Doctor. I am here to help you attain, maintain, and reclaim your perfect health. So please join me on Twitter at Ask the Good Doc, on Instagram and Facebook at Ask the Good Doctor. I'd love for you to jump into this conversation. Send me your questions and click down below to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, we'd really like for you to share, especially this episode today that is dedicated to Mental Health Awareness Week, month, season, I call it. It was Mental Health Awareness Day just the other day, but I'm thinking, why should it be just for one day? It should be always. It is something plaguing our society, specifically today. And I would like to welcome to the show Dr. Maurita Hodge. She is a doctor of coaching and psychology, a doctor of counseling and psychology. She's also a licensed professional counselor and a certified professional counsel supervisor. She's also a member of the National Board of Certified Counselors. Welcome, Dr. Hodge, for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Listen, it's my pleasure. And something really struck me, what caused me to actually literally stalk you. Don't tell anybody I stalked her.
Hold on, let me call somebody, because you know what? No, I'm kidding.
It's okay. I don't have any problem making that admission, because I think that what you have to teach us today is absolutely positively worthy, and it was worth my stalking. So I am just very impressed with the work that you do as a doctor of counseling and psychology. Can you tell us exactly what you do over at Moving Mountains Counseling?
Well, I support clients until healthy. Okay. And healthy looks like a lot of things to different people. Healthy can be physically, mentally, socially, emotionally. It is all about holistic healing. When a client comes to me asking for support, it is never about one thing. It is about everything. And although they feel disconnected in one area, what I do is, again, support you until all of the areas of our lives become connected and healthy in all environments, in all relationships. And then they then go out and support others and do the same thing.
Now, you said a mouthful right there, because one of the things I made a note of you stating is that you support until they feel healthy in all environments. Yeah. That's quite interesting, because sometimes people feel healthy only at home, and at work they feel diminished. In fact, you're doing some work that I find to be quite interesting, and it's the concept of not bowing down.
Yes.
And when I read that, I just went, Oh, and that's when I went to stalking, because that resonated with my spirit. That right there was, how often do people in society literally take that bow, knowingly and unknowingly?
Yes, yes. Most often we do it unknowingly because of how we're raised.
Okay? Because of what?
How we're raised,
how
we interpret religion, spirituality, how we interpret and show up in relationships, how we interpret and show up at work, how we interpret and show up in society, at school, as a student, as an educator. It just depends on the environment and the messages that we receive and then interpret. Okay, because messages could come from anywhere. It comes from TV. It comes from relationships. It comes from parents. It comes from any and everybody, good and bad. Oops, sorry about that.
This sounds like a healthy dose of code switching.
All of the time.
Yeah.
Without knowing that it's code switching, because it just could be living.
How did you come to this acknowledgement that in society people are spending a great deal of time bowing down?
Well, it happened to me. It was a personal experience.
Say more.
In my other life, I was a school counselor, and I did a lot. I observed the environment and did a lot in the environment mainly for the students, sometimes for the big people in the building, but mainly for the students. Well, I applied for a position of a head counselor, and I was told I was the top candidate for it. I didn't get it, and was told the reason why I didn't get it in secret was because I couldn't be controlled. I'd be the perfect candidate, but they couldn't control me, so they gave it to someone who they could control.
Okay, here's my side eye.
Exactly, right? And in my head, I'm thinking, so you want me to do exactly what you want me to do instead of me serving in my position and my purpose. I just couldn't do that. I wasn't raised that way. And so in that moment, of course, I was angry. Of course, I was angry. Sure. Of course, I was hurt, because I worked with these people on the committee, and I couldn't understand why they thought this of me. And so the Lord said, well, this happened because, first of all, they can't handle all of your shine. Okay, I get it. But secondly, because they're so accustomed to doing what everybody wants them to do that they need those same type of people around them to make them feel better. You don't do that. So you cause some type of chaos and commotion in their environment, in their spirit. They can't do that. So what I need for you to do is fall back and stand down and let me handle it. I didn't understand the concept because I thought they were playing with me. It's like, okay, I can't do this, Lord, because they're playing with me. And you're the one that built me this strong. So you know I got to go after them. He's like, listen, little girl, I need you to stand down. Just like, chill out. I got you. Because if you don't, you will be bowing down forever. And what happens when you bow down? You bend. And you leave your behind exposed.
Oh, ouch.
Exactly. You be saying ouch forever.
Oh.
You'll be
Dr. Hodge, pause right there. You cannot go further.
Okay.
Okay. Please expound upon that. If you bow down, you leave your behind exposed because you bent over.
Yeah. Right? When you bent over, you can't see. You can't even see forward. When you leave yourself exposed, there's tearing and ripping and some other stuff that happens behind it that you can't see. You just have to endure it.
And let me tell you what enduring whatever the it is, what that causes in the body, it sets up a series of anatomical, physiological, and psychological events that, if not dealt with, will kill you.
Will kill you. And that's what Moving Mountains does. We help you holistically because when you have been torn to pieces,
Yes.
everything falls apart. There's no longer a connection, right? That's what bowing down does. That means you are disconnected from you. You're disconnected from your purposes. You're disconnected from your positioning. You're disconnected from who you're supposed to be in your home, in your community, in your church, if you continue to bow down. So then they have made up an individual that they can then control.
Wow, is what I have to say to that. And I will tell you that this sounds like it could go into the books as an additional diagnosis of sorts.
It could.
This, because how many people do we know really who fall victim to, I would call it a syndrome?
Yeah. It truly is. It truly is. And, you know, and this is why we're starting to recognize that our young Black children can really be diagnosed with PTSD.
Oh, yes, we know. Yes, yes. And let me tell you something. It does not stop there.
It doesn't.
And I'm telling you, I think that children today are just under siege.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere. And you want to know
all why? Are, I believe.
Yeah, we are. We are. But when the devil can't get to the mother,
comes to the children,
nurtures the children, then he gets to the children, who will then become adults.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And that is definitely the spiritual, the godly definition of that. On a clinical level, where do you see that and take it?
Well, when
analysis.
When we, again, helping individuals, my practice is full of professional men and women who have been faced with having to bow down, in their head thinking they're having to bow down. So when we get into the realm of counseling and breaking down these false narratives and unraveling the false messages, they then discover that these messages came from their childhood. This is childhood trauma.
Yes.
So that they recognize that they've been bowing down because they were taught to bow down from a parent who was taught to bow down, or who thought they had to bow down just to survive in this world.
This is so good. This is so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dr. Hodge, what is the revelation of a patient? I'm sorry, you call them clients, yes?
Yeah.
Of a client who comes to you and you help them to come to the realization that they've been bowing down. How can they unravel that within themselves and come to peace?
Well, once they recognize that it is happening, and then they know that we are working towards them discovering who they are supposed to be in this world, not someone who somebody else made, then they work towards those goals, right?
Okay.
You know, a lot of us think, oh, I gotta, honestly, my mama did that. But that's who you are.
Yes.
That's who you actually are, who God made you to be in this world.
Yes.
To serve your purpose, where he wants to position you in this world. It's not you got anything, honestly. It's somebody's pain that told you that you had to act this way. How many times have you heard somebody say, whatever happens in this house stays in this house?
Stays in this house. I can finish the sentence.
Right? How many times have you heard, it's okay, you're going to be okay, just get over it, because I had to get over it. Yeah. Right? But nobody really gets over it. Like, you don't get over trauma, right? No. How many times have you heard, well, I had to do it, so you got to do it. Right? And so once we recognize that it is messages developed from pain, that we act the way we act, start to unravel.
So it's been learned trauma.
Yes.
The behavior has been learned as a result of trauma.
Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That is like.
Yes. Yes. And then, you know, once we figure out where the messages come from, then a lot of people are angry at their mother and angry at their father. And then I say, okay, let's back up.
Yes.
Because they didn't just have that message. Let's be clear. We have a lot of parents who have been molested and raped, and they're told to shut up.
Yeah.
They're told to go to work. They're told to take care of all of their family. Yeah. They're told to just get up at 5 in the morning and do what you're supposed to do and make sure you stay on the job for 50 years.
Yes. So, you better go down there and get that job at the post office.
Get that good government job.
It's government job. How dare you want something else other than a government job?
How dare you? How dare you? And then those are the same people who are afraid of those who start their own businesses.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Do you see how the fear and the trauma that they experience, they put on their children, who then never ever get their own businesses started, who never ever take a leap of faith and go back to college, who never ever say, I'm not going to take care of your kids. I got to go live. I got to go travel, who never get out the state.
Who never leave the state.
Yeah.
True story. I have a student whom I taught when he was 15, when I taught high school. Mm-hmm. My dear, he's actually how I got my moniker, Ask the Good Doctor. Okay. And it's Carew Daniels. I'm going to give him a shout out. He's an entertainment editor at the Daily News in New York City.
Okay.
He was my writing student, yes. Mm-hmm. But Carew had never been to Harlem and lived in Brooklyn his whole life. And he had never been past 51st Street, where our school was in Midtown Manhattan. And I said, you come into Harlem with me today. He had never been out of the state. I put him on his first train ride, his first plane ride, his first car ride to Philadelphia we went. And that child is a world traveler.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
And writing about it.
Exactly.
So, the notion of never having left the state, the notion of never having left the comfort of your neighborhood, that's a form of bowing down.
Truly. Truly. And do you see how they don't know that? Yeah. They just know what somebody told them. You can't leave here. It's safe here.
And familiar.
Exactly. Right.
Yes.
But you didn't have that trauma. So when you said to him, get on this train, let's go, get on this plane, let's go. Although he might've been afraid, he trusted you.
Yeah.
He trusted you. And that's what counseling is. When you trust your therapist to get healthy, you can then go out and be healthy.
Speak on that for a minute, on the trust on the counselor part, because I have some nightmare stories about people who can't find a good counselor or therapist.
Yes. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's what I like to tell everybody. Your body. There are certain parts of our body that we hold in high regard, right? For us, it's our hair, it's our uterus, it's our nails, right? And so we interview people for our hair. Like, okay, I gave her 2 chances. Nope.
Yeah.
We interview when we try to find a doctor. Like, she hurt or he hurt. No, not going back. And we look at our nails like, okay, let me find somebody else. Or when we find somebody, we travel with them all over the state.
Yes.
Because we trust them. Right?
Yes.
We sit in their chair and it becomes a respite care for you. I am going to give this to you for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, because I know you're going to care for it. That's what we have to do with counselors. Try them out for 1 or 2 sessions. Right? If they match your energy, match your spirit, and give you what you need, not what you want, but give you what you need, then you can start building a relationship. If you're not feeling it, look, stop going.
Yes. Clap for that.
Stop going.
Oh
All
my
of us
God.
aren't meant to counsel everyone. My style is not meant for everybody. And I know
Yes.
this, and I'm not offended. I'm not
Oh,
offended.
because you can't be controlled.
And I'm not codependent. So I'm just like, I mean, do you want some references? I don't know what to tell you. I'm not for everybody.
That's right.
And I should not be for everybody.
That's right.
If people come to you, or if you go to somebody who doesn't know how to support you in whatever mental issue or concern that you have, ask for a referral or go to somebody else. Like, don't make that therapist be your therapist.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? I know about addiction. That's not my specialty. That's not my ministry. So if you come to me for that, I'm going to refer you out. I'm going to give you a referral. I'm not going to act like I can do it.
That's right. Just like I asked you for a referral for night terrors for one of my patients.
Yes.
Thank you. And I think that in this work, in terms of being healers and helpers, that we have to be brave enough to say, I don't know. And that's not my area of specialty.
Yes.
Let me refer you.
Yes.
And that it is quite okay to make a referral and to say, I don't know, instead of making a mess of it all.
Exactly. But that goes back to us. One of two things is happening. Either we have the godlike mentality, we think we can help everybody, or we are told we're counselors and we should help everybody.
Oh, that's a big exhalation.
Yes. Right?
I am quick to say yes, no, or you need to go immediately to an emergency room. I don't know why you came to see a naturopath today, but I'm sending you to emergency. Immediately. And be okay with that and trust the knowledge that I have to say that I'm not the one for this.
Yes.
And so I appreciate you, and I appreciate this work and bringing it to light and to this audience. And would you come back?
Always.
I would love to. I want to let you know that we're going to be in Atlanta doing a Kitchen Warriors right in your backyard. We're going to, yes, if it's all ready, you can show it to us now. And Dr. Hodge, we appreciate you so much. And thank you so much for being with us. If you are in the Atlanta area, click down below and you can see all of Dr. Hodge's contact information. But I don't know if she's taking patients, right? Clients at the time.
Right now.
Okay. Not right now.
You know, therapists, we have seasons. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. True.
Seasons become full. And then we have to go and reset and then come back and then we get full. And then so.
That is essential. The reset for the therapist. I take issue with the therapist who doesn't have the therapist.
Exactly.
Or the naturopath who doesn't have a naturopath.
Exactly.
And once a month, I do a nice barter and it takes us 4 hours to work on one another.
Nice.
And we cherish that day and put it on the calendar before we leave each other. Love you.
I have a group. There's a crew. There's 5 of us. It's like, okay, we needed some check-ins. We need to do.
Yes.
I need to hear voices. I need to see text messages, or okay, I need somebody to talk to. Somebody call me right now. Right now. Yeah, right now. So we do that. But yeah, I take the whole month of July off. Good for you. That's essential. Too much. That's right. So I need replay from mommy, from sister, from brother, from family. Like I need all of them to pour into me so I then can go back out and do this work. Absolutely. Yeah. Dr. Hodge, you are a joy. Thank you so much for being amongst our group of good doctors. I appreciate it greatly. And we will see you again. Don't go, but I want to say goodbye, but hang around. Okay. Chris, thank you so much. And I want to thank my team, IW, supervising producer, Chris Green, technical producer. I want to thank them for my new banner that they gave me for my birthday. It's so big, you can't even see all of it, but I love it. Thank you, thank you. And our announcer for the day, Chris Brown.
Don't forget, register for Kitchen Warriors 101, Holiday Homemade Healthy in Atlanta, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Just a few seats left. We are actually already sold out of the overnight stays. Yay! So thank y'all. Can't wait to be with you. And remember to let your eyes shine. Cut back on the wine. Get good food fast and go easy on the greasy. Until next time, I'm Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire, here to help you attain and maintain your perfect health. Let's do it again next week, okay? God bless you.